Oh my goodness.
Use your passion, no return.
This is amazing. Kia ora and welcome. My name is ZoeStibi and I am your vocal coach for today. In today's video, we're going to take a look at Lady Gaga with Abracadabra. I have not seen this performance just yet and I am so excited. Let's see what she's up to with her vocal technique. Oh, but if you would like to learn anything about what's going on in this video, or if you just want to improve your vocal technique and sing better, then check out the link in the description below, because my online singing school, the Vocal Academy, is accepting new students and I would love to see you there. Let's get back to Lady Gaga.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lady Gaga!
Pay the toll to the angels, drawing circles in the clouds. Keep your mind on the distance when the devil turns around. Hold me in your heart tonight in the magic of the dark moonlight. Save me.
Oh my goodness me. I did not know the song was so freaking cool. Okay, so we've got this. Let's go back on that. Look at these visuals.
Pay the toll to the angels, drawing circles in the clouds.
From the F4 there, ba-da-da, to the angels. We're in a thicker vocal fold sound, chest voice quality. This is actually a really, really good starting place for the chest voice. So good if you're practicing this.
On the distance when the devil turns around. Hold me in your heart tonight in the magic of the dark moonlight. Save me from this empty fight in the game of life, like a poem said by a lady.
This is incredible. Ba-da-da. Okay, actually that time we're on the C5. Take me to ba-da-da-da. Chest voice sound taken up further in the range. And you can hear these like lovely little short bursts. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Excellent way for you to actually get the sound. You hear it's a little bit strained, but like, look at the position that she's in.
Hold me in your heart tonight in the magic of the dark moonlight.
I mean, look, Lisa, you can see that she's wanting to like sit up. We'll watch it again. Take me to the dark moonlight. And so what you've got there is when you're in that position and trying to sing, you're wanting to make sure, like, this is very hard because you've got no ability to, now I say engage the abdominals, but we don't want to push on the abdominals to create the sound. The thing is with the abdominals is that's creating an increase in the subglottic pressure, the pressure here within our chest, so that we can get a thicker vocal fold contact there. So you can see her, she's wanting to like dip forward.
Hold me in your heart tonight in the magic of the dark moonlight. Save me from this empty fight in the game of life, like a poem said by a lady in red. You hear the last few words of your life with a haunting dance. Now you're both in a trance. It's time to cast your spell on the night. Abracadabra, amor unana. Abracadabra, morta ugaga. Abracadabra, amor unana. In a tongue she said, death or love tonight. Abracadabra, abracadabra.
This is amazing. And look at these beautiful, like, this dance is insane. absolutely exciting. So even when you can see that when she was leaning forward, you have to think about the fact that when you are in these positions, in these dances, we'll go back on that so you can have another look. You have to be like, you are one plank. You just can't just chill out there. You are turned on, because otherwise it makes it very hard for people to hold on to you. I don't know if you've ever crowd surfed, but it's like basically crowd surfing 101. Like, make yourself as strong as possible and like as tense as possible. And that's what she's having to do there. Otherwise she would like slump, you know? That is hard to then continue on singing like this. But we know obviously Lady Gaga is the ultimate professional. So let's just go back on that, because you can see when she's moving forward here. So you can see her, she kept her head like this rather than looking upwards. Obviously a little bit about the, it could be like a bit of she's flying on a broomstick kind of thing, part of the song. But basically when you wanted to keep your head like this, because if you're singing like this, it's going to make it very tense. So we've got abracadabra. Again, we're on the C5 there. Abracadabra. I don't know. I've literally never heard the song before. So we've got this on that sound there. We've got these lovely, more like trumpet shape kind of mouth shapes. Let's look at this. There you go. So got abracadabra, you know, she's making sure that we've got this lovely lift in the cheeks, helping to lift the soft palate and make that sound, well, the way that it is and in tune. But she's also, you know, when you're doing that, she's just going to regulate the volume because of the microphone here. She's got to make it sound the same volume. Otherwise, it's just, you know, I know they've got like the world, you know, very, very good sound engineers, but you also have to think about you're only as good as the input. So you don't want to have huge changes in the volume, especially when the microphone is right here next to your mouth.
Watch it burn. Don't waste time on a feeling. Use your passion. No return. Hold me in your heart tonight in the magic of the dark moonlight.
This is so cool. So you can also hear that she's got this. I really do feel like she's got a bit more of a cleaner kind of sound going on. I was watching an interview with her recently where she said that she actually has given up smoking since she's been with her fiance. So I would love to hear what you think about her then and now kind of performances. And if I should add her to my list of then and now performances, that is a new series that I'm be starting here on the channel, looking at artists and the way their vocal technique has kind of changed over time. So let me know if you want to see that down in the comments. This is now almost turning into a bit of like an operatic mode. Hold me in your arms tonight. We've got like a little bit of a lowered larynx there. Kind of almost like a mouth shape, which you'd expect to see a little bit more in opera. Let's watch this because we're going to see the change in the timbre from the verse into the chorus.
Choose the road on the west side as the dust flies. Watch it burn. Don't waste time on a feeling. Use your passion. No return. Hold me in your heart.
So I have to also say, like, when you're singing and dancing at this kind of level, like, you can really hear she's holding back the breath. And so that's something that's so challenging to do. And you really have to practice it because you've got to get so strong in your muscles. And that's why I always recommend to singers, especially that lifting weights and doing weightlifting at any type of like muscle work where you're building up the strength in your back and in your front pectoralis muscles is so important in order to be able to hold back the breath as well. So if you want to get better at belting and better at singing this sort of stuff, you must start strengthening your muscles. So when you've got this hold me in your arm tonight, as I said, it's like almost like a bit of operatic. I would expect this from like a tenor kind of sound. We've got a thicker vocal fold, these lovely mouth shapes, hold me in. That darker sound was coming from that slightly lowered larynx position. So we're hearing her, she's sort of a little bit out of breath, and I'm not poo-pooing Gaga. I mean, like, Jesus, she is singing and dancing and doing an amazing job. So what I want you to think of when she's going, hold me, what wasn't the words, I'm just repeating the same thing. It's almost like she's a little bit under the note. Hold me in your arm tonight. And so sometimes when we get that lowered larynx position, we can sometimes pull the pitch down a little bit. Now, again, I'm not poo-pooing Gaga. It's just that sometimes this can happen. This is sort of what happens with Alicia Keys as well. We perceive the pitch to be a little bit below the tone, but like that's not what's happening here. She's bang on pitch. In there she was a little bit out of tune, but who cares? So we've got it's like the least interesting thing about a performance is like these one or two notes that are out of tune. But you could see there with in the game of life, she's doing a lot of vowel modification in this song, because otherwise we wouldn't get that dark. If she was to go hold me in your arms tonight and make those lovely wide vowels, then we would have a much brighter sound than we are having here, and it would kind of defeat the purpose of the sound, of the effect of the song. Wow, this is so cool. It's like real vocal gymnastics. I'm not even sure where I'm supposed to stop. So it's like blowing my mind. I mean, like, wow, what a performer she is. And I love like watching videos of her where people are like, oh, you're so much like so-and-so. As she says in like her interviews, she plays multiple instruments as well as being an incredible singer and a dancer, and creates all of her music and records a lot of it. This is not just sort of like a walk in a park for her. I love that she's like, her sound is it's changed so much as well. So I would love to have a look at the then and now, to be honest. Let's look at that as she went into the last bit here where she was kind of going and like leaning forward. We heard a little bit of constriction coming in. That's actually just a workshop that I just finished giving in the Vocal Academy like 45 minutes ago. We're talking about constriction and how you can add that into your sound, how to create that sound. So if you want to learn about constriction and which is what Lady Gaga is doing there, where the false vocal folds actually come over top of the true vocal folds, then check out the link in the description below, because I'd love to see you in the Vocal Academy so you can practice these types of things. Let's have a look at that. She goes, well, lady in red, I feel the last true words of your life. alive. You know, you got this like lovely little kind of grit and constriction coming in there. Just the false vocal folds coming a little bit over top of the true vocal folds there. And now she's gone into the belt. She's gone up and almost gone backwards. Engaging through those back muscles is going to help to stabilize the sound. Wow, I'm just blown away by these dancers. Like, wow, are they not just incredible? This performance, my goodness me. So what she's going to sing for me at a melody. We noticed there that the track is kind of coming in quite heavily there. Her voice has become a little bit breathy, but like fair enough. It's very hard to sing in thin vocal folds when you're doing that much movement. And that's why now the track is going to kind of pick up a lot of the slack. So you can hear there as well. She goes, ooh! She kept her mouth closed there. I'm assuming that's probably just because it's a little bit easier to create that sound with the mouth closed. It's also, you know, you see these things, you know, floating around the U of tubes. And basically the straw phonation is kind of, that's the way that you could use it in your singing. Essentially, the straw phonation is called an SOVT exercise. So semi-occluded, which means half closed, vocal tract, that's this thing, exercise. Basically, it means we've shoved something in front of the mouth or we've kept the mouth is a little bit closed. So go, can be sometimes easier to reach those notes just because not having the air coming out of an open mouth is just allowing a little bit of back pressure to help close those vocal folds. So if you are struggling with actually your high notes, that's something I do go into in my entire course on the head voice. But we would start on the with what I call the pufferfish exercise. To first access that head voice sound before we can work on training it. And again, that back pressure of closing the mouth first before starting the exercise is going to really help us to get those thin vocal folds without excess air coming through. So that is the first part of the course that I have available in my Vocal Academy. That was just absolutely beautiful. What an incredible performance. And you can see there at the end, the stillness that's going on at the top of the body and see those lungs working for her there. Because really, it's a hard song to do, to sing and dance. And that's why really, especially with the thicker vocal folds that we heard at the end, she Abracadabra, you know, we then had like no air and kind of like no strain in the sound. And she was making that full sound again. And that's also because when we sing louder, there's more pressure on the vocal folds, and it's just much easier for us to create that type of sound, especially when we're moving, than it is to create so that woo kind of sound. I cannot wait to have a little bit more of a look at Lady Gaga. Isn't she the most amazing singer? Let me know down in the comments what your favorite part of that performance was, because actually I really feel like mine was like the dances. Her singing is amazing, and definitely like obviously the vocals, but I was just captivated by these like wonderful dances, and the choreography from Paris is just absolutely beautiful as well. And like have to take my hat off to her, because she's the most amazing choreographer as well. So if you've enjoyed this video, then I'd love for you to join me more often. Hit that subscribe button. It really honestly helps me to grow my channel so that I can help more people like yourself with their vocal technique. And I really, really do appreciate it. Check out some more Lady Gaga up here. And if you want to learn more about anything we talked about just there, about your chest voice, your head voice, doing some of that constriction, some of those lovely effects, that's actually a workshop that we're doing coming up in the Vocal Academy, as well as belting with our guest. We've got a guest coming on to talk all about belting. You can get feedback on your singing videos. We've also got group practice sessions where you can come and sing and get live feedback from either myself or my fellow Vocal Academy tutors. And there's also weeks and weeks of one-to-one singing lessons in there for you as well. I would love for you to check it out in the description below, because anyone can learn to sing. You just have to have the tools, and that's what I'm here for. I'm here to give you the tools to learn how to sing. Have an awesome rest today, and happy singing! Ka kite anō.